All right, so we're at BCW Warcry. It is October 20th, 2024. I'm sitting here with Kevin Sabin, my broadcast partner. We're just shooting this shit here. Kevin, what's going on?
Bang! That was a shit that just went by. We're waiting as the crowd starts to file in there, Professor. Hoping that we have a nice crowd. A little small so far, but it is early. So come on down to the War Memorial Building in Holyoke, Massachusetts on Appleton Street to join us for this most wonderful event.
You know, you've been working here quite some time. I'm kind of the fill-in, if you will. I come in here and do some shows every now and again when the main guy, Talkin Tommy Sabin, your son, is not able here. So you've been doing this, 3 years now, 4 years? What do you think of working here, Baystate Championship Wrestling?
Well, listen, it has been a little over 2 years, and so I have been here from the start. Baystate has actually grown significantly. A lot of changes in management, as well as the talent that comes and goes. Of course, many independent shows get a variety of talent, but they have been putting together a pretty good product.
So they got TV now too, as well. They got TV. They're going to be creating some online content very well. This is a stacked show, really. Bull Dread is here. Ninja Mac is here. Magnificent Marcos, Bloodsaw. We've got a lot of talent that we're very familiar with from our hometown of New Haven area of Connecticut and Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and this is a lot of great matches here tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I always like coming up here in Baystate Championship Wrestling.
I agree, Professor. It's and this is really a wonderful venue. For those who have not been here, I absolutely suggest get on down. This War Memorial Building, not only a wonderful venue to see a great wrestling show, but just to walk the hallways and see all of the military paraphernalia, so to speak, the wonderful displays that they have here for the veterans. It really is impressive, especially if you, like I know you and I both do, heavily support the military. It's really quite a lot to see and to take in.
So, how long have you've been involved in wrestling? For quite a little bit now, a few years now, if you will, through Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. You mind if I ask you how that happened, how you got involved?
Well, it's actually a funny story. No, I do not mind you asking me. You prying into my personal business there, Professor. No, of course, I'm just kidding. So it all started roughly about 10 years ago, and we used to go to almost 99% of all the Paradise Alley shows, and I struck up a friendship with the one and only Mario Mancini, who I am honored now to say is my best friend. The friendship just took off. And I started doing some broadcasting work for them with none other than the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy. And we did quite a few shows together. Again, an honor to work with somebody who, 40 plus years in the business. And then Mario and Mancini, Paul Roma. Paradise Alley is my home. I love it here at BCW. They have become a second family, but my primary home is definitely PAPW. It's just an old school feel to the wrestling matches, to the storylines, and all. Definitely still taught the way it was back in more of the golden era.
What do you think of some key points here in BCW? You got to do a spot with Mario, actually, not last year, the year before, when basically he retired from being an active competitor. I don't think a lot of fans that listen knew that he was still kind of a part-timer, if you will. He'd get in the ring every so often, maybe in a battle royal or whatnot, and he he wrestled one of his students, Dustin Flash Waller, and he seemed pretty upset with you after he took the L. And you clotheslined him, almost took his head off with that. That was a pretty brutal clothesline.
Yeah, well, thanks for telling the world about the world's worst clothesline ever. But yeah, Mario, that is a pretty accurate description. Mario was rather upset. Dustin Flash Waller got the 1, 2, 3, officially retiring Mario from in-ring competition. And bottom line, Mario, I don't think was quite ready to face that reality, and they asked me, being one of his best friends, to try and get him out. And it's the only time my brother has laid his hands on me, because he was like, "You don't understand," as he was poking me in the chest, and I just kind of gave him that is not a wise move on your part. And so that's where that transpired and moved forward to.
So we got we're getting closer to showtime. Let's see. Let me ask you one more question before we do hit the road. What's it like sitting next to your son? Normally he's sitting in the chair that I'm sitting in. He, of course, Tommy, I'm proud to call him a friend as well. And Tommy, I'm proud to call him a friend as well. And he is a very bright young kid. He's getting out there in the world of sports media, not just professional wrestling. He is out there working for the Islanders. Now he was informed to me that he has struck up a relationship with the Knicks now as well. And I told you that the Knicks are my wife's favorite team. So she was pretty excited to hear that news when I informed her. So what's it like being able to work and sit next to your son in the broadcast booth?
So I have to tell you, Professor, first off, you're not going to find a dad any more proud than I am of the accomplishments that Thomas has had. But it really is a funny story as to leading in, because they were coming to wrestling shows, my son and my daughter. My daughter, who, by the way, actually trained and wrestled briefly for PAPW. Her college career interrupted that. But getting back to my son, he was 5, 6 years old. He's now 21, soon to be 22. When he first started, Mario would turn around and say, "Hey, Thomas, you want to be the guy who runs and picks up the ring gear?" And Thomas looked like a deer in the headlights. No, Dad, I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. Okay, you don't have to do it. And then Mario would be, "Thomas, you want to ring the bell?" No, I don't want to ring the bell. I don't want to, And just things on and on and on, until one day, Thomas was, I believe, 16 or 17, had already made his career choice that he wanted to be in sports broadcasting. Mario, we were putting on our biggest show of the year, which was a Paradise Alley show, and it was going to be broadcast on Fight TV. And this kid, who had never been on TV or radio or anything else, Mario looks at him and says, "Thomas, would you like to be on the broadcast?" And he immediately said yes. And it has just skyrocketed from there. So hopefully, he has been on ESPN, Fight TV, WON Network.
Was he on MSG or Nesson? One of those two, I believe.
He was on... you know what? I do believe it was MSG when the Professional Women's Hockey League started.
Correct. Yep.
I believe that was on MSG. I'm not sure if it was on Nesson, because it was not... He was calling at the time they were the New York women's hockey team. They had not come out with names such as Islanders and Bruins and stuff. And forgive me, I do not know what the new name is. But yeah, he's just whether he's a ring announcer, a commentator, he blows me away, and obviously I'm hoping for nothing but success for him moving forward.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. And I want to say thank you for taking your time and sitting here with me for the last 10 minutes. We're about to start the show probably in a few minutes, so hopefully I can get some more people out here to converse. And never had you on the podcast before. Now there you go. All right. Thanks.